now for a Next News special report.
In a stunning turn of events, a top CNN data analyst has revealed that even after being found guilty on all 34 counts, the Trump trial has failed to make a dent in the former president's polling numbers. As the Secret Service braces for the possibility of Trump's jail time, his popularity continues to rise, leaving his detractors grappling with the unintended consequences of their actions. Join us as we uncover the shocking truth behind this political spectacle that has gripped this nation. Now, just as Trump's popularity remains unshaken despite the relentless attacks, gold has proven to be a steadfast asset amid economic uncertainty. With the Trump trial failing to dent his polling numbers, now is the time to protect your wealth with the stability of gold. Bishop Gold Group, America's trusted precious metals dealer, can help you convert your stocks and retirement funds into tangible form of security. As the political landscape shifts, safeguard your financial future with a solid foundation of gold. Call the number on the screen, 877-343-9893. Or visit the link in the description by visiting bishopgoldgroup.com/NNN. Remember to mention Next News Network for up to $10,000 in free silver with a qualified purchase. In an era where every political move seems calculated to undermine former President Trump, a new revelation has emerged from an unlikely source. I'm talking about CNN's top data analyst, Harry Enton. He's confirmed that the Manhattan District Attorney's Office prosecution of Trump has had no impact on voters' perception of the former president. Despite the relentless efforts to tarnish his image, Trump's polling numbers remain unshaken, much to the dismay of his detractors. Now, Enton's report comes as the trial reaches its conclusion with the jury deliberating on the charges against Trump. Shockingly, though, the percentage of Americans who believe that Trump may have committed an illegal act has remained unchanged, while the portion of those who consider the charges to be serious has actually decreased from 40 to 35%. This revelation exposes the futility of the political vendetta against the former president and highlights the unwavering support of his base. Watch.
Think Trump did something illegal in the New York hush money case. I've been interested in whether or not these numbers would change at all during the course of this trial. Simply put, John, they have not. Pre-opening statements think Trump did something illegal, 46%. After the direct examination of Michael Cohen by the prosecution, look at where we are now, 46%. The percentage of Americans who think that the charges are very serious, in fact, dropped from 40% to a little bit more than 35% during the course of this trial. So, yes, perhaps things might have changed with those 12 jurors, but when it comes to the larger American public, there has been no change, at least so far, John.
Any possible reasons why?
Yeah, I think the question is, what's exactly cooking here? Why hasn't there been much of a change? Well, folks like you and me, real news junkies, might be paying really close attention to what's going on. The fact is, most Americans don't really care that much. So closely following news about economy, inflation, that's number one at 65%. Look at immigration, 52%. Election legitimacy, 49%. Abortion, 47%. All the way down on this list of issues tested by the Ipsos Knowledge Panel is Trump's court cases at 42%, significantly less than economy and inflation. The fact is, John, when we're looking at these numbers, what we see is Americans' minds aren't changing, and a big reason why Americans' minds aren't changing is at this particular point, John, they are tuned out of the conversation.
You say folks like you and me. I'm not sure there are very many folks exactly like you, Harry, but I take your point on that.
No.
In terms of the general election matchup right now, how do things look there?
Yeah, just, quickly here, John, I'll just point out the Biden versus Trump margin, perhaps not a big surprise. Donald Trump had a slight lead before the trial began. Now he continues to have a slight lead. Look, it's still very much a winnable race for Joe Biden. But at this particular point, that Trump train that's been moving faster than it's ever moved before in a general election doesn't show any signs of slowing down, despite the criminal indictments against him, despite the fact that this case in New York is now going to the jury, John.
Now, as the trial concludes, a new development has emerged that has further galvanized Trump supporters. Reports indicate the U.S. Secret Service has been holding meetings with New York jail authorities preparing for the possibility of Trump's incarceration. Now, this stunning revelation sparked outrage among Trump's followers, who view the move as a blatant attempt to silence and punish the GOP nominee for president. The Secret Service preparations have only served to strengthen Trump's political position, with his supporters rallying behind him in the face of what they perceive as a politically motivated witch hunt. The fact that the government is actively considering the imprisonment of the leading candidate for president on what many view as bogus charges has only fueled the fire of discontent among Trump's base. Now, Trump's detractors, however, are grappling with the realization that their efforts to undermine him have backfired spectacularly. Instead of diminishing his support, the trial has only served to expose the depths to which his opponents are willing to sink in their quest to destroy him. The American people, it seems, are not buying the narrative being peddled by the prosecution and the mainstream media. So as the trial reaches its climax, the eyes of the nation are fixed on the outcome. Will the jury see through the political charade and acquit Trump, or will they succumb to the pressure of a system that seems determined to bring him down? As we know now, the jury has voted to convict him. Now, Trump's popularity remains undiminished, and his supporters are more committed than ever to seeing him vindicated. The Secret Service preparation for Trump's potential imprisonment have only added fuel to the fire, further cementing his status as a political martyr in the eyes of his followers. As the nation watches the drama unfold, one will only wonder, what are the long-term consequences for the country that seems increasingly divided among partisan lines? If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. It's time for my final thought. The Trump trial has exposed the deep divide that exists within our nation, a chasm that goes beyond mere political differences. As we witness the unfolding of this legal drama, it's becoming increasingly clear that the true battle being waged is not just about the fate of Donald Trump, but about the very soul and the fabric of our republic. Will we allow political vendettas to override the will of the people, or will justice prevail? You will make that choice in November.
Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. Now keep up your quest for truth with this next news report. And if you found our channel enlightening, join the millions who agree with you. Tap subscribe. Thank you for watching the Next News Network.